What's up, guys? So in this video, we're going to be talking about Aurora Cannabis and whether or not the stock will get delisted from the New York Stock Exchange. So I received a question on one of my latest Aurora Cannabis videos. Will Aurora Cannabis stock recover or go out of business? So be sure to check that video out if you guys are worried about Aurora Cannabis potentially going bankrupt. So to answer your question, there is a bit of good news that was posted about Aurora Cannabis stock. So I'm going to talk about whether or not this stock will get delisted. So the stock is currently trading on the New York Stock Exchange, and traditionally, the rules for the New York Stock Exchange are that a stock must have a minimum $1 stock price to maintain on to stay on the exchange. So if the stock, as you see with Aurora Cannabis, this stock has dipped down below $1, and it has been below $1 for, I counted already, 8 consecutive trading days. So with the normal rule, if the stock is under $1 for 30 consecutive trading days, then New York Stock Exchange notifies the company, and then they go through the delisting process. But I want to show you guys an article that was recently posted by Fool.com that gives some more insight into exactly what's happening, because due to the coronavirus, there has been a special situation. So if we go to this article, it talks a bit more about what I said. One of the ways a company can run into trouble in New York Stock Exchange if its share price drops below $1 for 30 trading days. If this happens, the exchange sends a warning requiring the company to make a plan for bringing its share price back. So it talks about Aurora Cannabis as falling under the same problem. Rite Aid was another stock that did a reverse split. So the question is, will Aurora Cannabis get delisted or not? And guys, I have some great news to share with you. It turns out that Aurora Cannabis is safe for now. So why is that? Well, it says the good news is Aurora's investors the good news for Aurora investors is that in wake of the coronavirus pandemic, the New York Stock Exchange has decided to temporarily waive the minimum $1 requirement for a stock. So that was actually a press release published by Reuters a couple days ago. So let's go to that press release. So it says New York Stock Exchange eases listing requirements amid coronavirus market mayhem. The New York Stock Exchange has eased its listing requirements until the end of June to take the strain off companies that may have fallen out of compliance due to the market rout spurred by the coronavirus, according to a regulatory filing. So it says a little bit more in depth. The New York Stock Exchange, owned by Intercontinental Exchange Inc., temporarily waived requirements for companies that maintain a share price of over $1 and an average global market capitalization of more than $50 million over a period of 30 trading days, according to an April 3rd filing. So guys, this is fantastic news for Aurora Cannabis investors. That means that Aurora Cannabis does not have to trade over $1 until the end of June, because the New York Stock Exchange understands that a lot of companies have basically lost their entire revenue during the global lockdown. So obviously this is a very unique period of time in history, and especially for North American companies like Aurora Cannabis based in Canada. This is just a unique time in general. So the New York Stock Exchange has eased their requirement listing, so you guys don't have to worry about the stock being delisted at least until June. We don't know if they're going to extend that ruling past June. Perhaps if the lockdown gets extended, but as of now, you guys are safe. So don't worry about the $1 minimum stock price. The New York Stock Exchange has waived that. So now what we're worried about basically is earnings. So earnings for Aurora Cannabis are coming up. I believe it's coming up within about 10 days, something like that. So those earnings releases are going to be very interesting, because as I talked about earlier, there are a lot of articles saying that cannabis sales had skyrocketed in Canada as people are stockpiling cannabis in anticipation of they close down. So it actually did happen. Canada has closed down marijuana retail stores until April 18th. So even though there's 2 weeks of closed down sales, I expect to see some positive changes in Aurora's upcoming earnings report, because according to a couple of you guys who apparently you guys live in Canada, you said that Aurora was making money and the other cannabis companies were making money hand over fist. So that's it, guys. I hope this answers your question. We're safe for now up until the end of June. You don't have to worry about Aurora Cannabis stock getting delisted. So for me right now, I'm probably going to continue to buy shares as long as the price is under $1. I think this is a unique opportunity, but it is a gamble. I mentioned in an earlier video, the previous video I posted, that Aurora Aurora does have a lot of problems in the short term. Okay, so yeah, so even though Aurora has some short-term issues in hand with the changeover in the CEO and obviously laying off employees and cost-cutting measures and things like that, I think in the long run, and when I say long run, I don't necessarily mean, obviously I'm talking about 2023, 2025, but even in 2021, I still think that this is the bottom for cannabis stocks. And you definitely want to buy stocks when nobody else wants to buy them. That's the way you're going to get the highest ROI. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I wanted to keep it short just to answer your question. No, the stock will not get delisted. The New York Stock Exchange has eased those requirements due to the current global coronavirus pandemic. So that's it for now, guys. Please like my video and subscribe to my channel. And I just hit 1,000 subscribers, so thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. My channel has been growing very, very fast over the last couple of weeks, and I want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart for subscribing to my channel and supporting me during these challenging times. So that's it for now, guys. Until next time, take care.